Hey, what's up, social media family? It's Chris, your favorite coach, your favorite host, all the things favorite. If you don't have a favorite, just keep listening to me tell you that I'm your favorite, and it will soon happen. So, today's conversation, all right, look, if your business feels successful on paper but chaotic in real life, today's conversation is for you. So, I'm joined by Catherine Pearson. Yeah,
Hello.
someone who doesn't just organize things, she removes friction from the system. So she specializes in stepping into messy duct tape operations and building calm, intelligent back office workflows using AI and automation without locking you into a full-time hire you don't actually need. Sound familiar? So she's here to bridge the gap between I know I should fix this and oh wow, my business can actually breathe. Yay! Thanks for popping in all the way from Mountain Time. So Catherine, tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this world.
I'm Catherine, and I have been I was in the corporate space for 26 years, doing a lot of that admin style tasks, working with, boring Excel sheets and systems and processes and workflows, I'm guessing what a lot of people think is kind of that boring back office type stuff. But strangely, I did it for 26 years. I kind of liked it. And now I'm excited to bring that to like solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, people that are, challenged with their like back office admin-y type stuff.
Yeah. So it's a problem. So from the entrepreneur side, many of us that have a corporate background or have come from something and said, let's go on our own, don't realize actually how much stuff is done on that back end. So I guess coming from your problem, it seems like most business owners think they have a time problem, but you say it's actually a systems problem, right? So what are they actually misdiagnosing?
Yeah, so that's a really good point. As opposed to time, like how much do you have maybe automated or how much do you have delegated, right? There's so many opportunities that a lot of entrepreneurs don't see where they could either hand it off to somebody who can do it quicker and you probably don't have to charge them as much as you or pay them as much as you think. So there's an opportunity to delegate. And then there's also automation, right? There is probably more opportunity for automation than you realize. Systems, we can, with a powerful CRM, especially, we can like set stuff to go automatically. You don't have to touch it every time. So yeah, that would be my thought is automations and delegation.
So because leverage comes in three forms. We always talk about this. Systems is how you do stuff. Tools or tech, what you do it with. That'd be like your CRM, your automations, things like that. And then people, who does it. So in your world, when people reach out to you and they're feeling overwhelmed, what point in that systems, tools, or people do you usually feel like there's a deficit? When you're starting and looking at their systems, they don't have any, or they do, but they don't have the right tools, or are they just looking for the right butt for the right seat?
I'd probably say, there's, it might sound cliche, but it's probably a combination. But because like you say, it's all three pieces are important. I think where I mostly see within my world is probably that systems and there was two that you said, systems.
Tools and people, yeah.
Yeah, systems and tools is probably where my expertise would step in and say, do you have a system in place for handling people coming into your, handling leads that are coming in? Do you have a system for how you interact with them, how you follow up with them? Do you have a tool in place that will automatically do it for you? So I would say for me, it's probably those two primarily.
And then you're the person doing it. And then
I'm
like, who's going to run all these things?
right.
Then that could be you. So
Yes,
I guess a lot of people are overwhelmed that reach out to you.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes they're overwhelmed and they don't even know it. Like they don't know how easy it would be to hand it off and find relief in that overwhelm. Um,
Hmm.
like I was talking with somebody a couple days ago, and mentioning, something that I could do. What was it? I think set up, a simple landing page or create some PDF tools. And she was like, "You can do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, piece of cake."
Hit the easy button, right? It's I mean, I remember when I figured out that I could leverage off just like my receptionist to take calls and set schedule appointments for me, give her access to my calendar, how much my world opened up. And now
Hmm.
we're using calendar funnels and AI tools to do things like that. I mean, even for something like this, it's like, hey, Catherine, fill out this form to do this thing, and boom, everything's all connected and stuff. Which is I think a lot of people feel overwhelmed by that, like just the idea of it, and it causes them to do nothing. So call
Yeah.
Catherine first, right? So let me ask you, when someone comes to you feeling overwhelmed, what's usually happening behind the scenes that they're too close to see?
Hmm.
Bucket.
Good question. What are they too close to? Well, I think they have a misconception that they need to be doing it all.
Okay.
They, it's they a lot of times entrepreneurs get into business because they have, a certain skill set. They're like, I want to share this skill and this service with the world.
Mhm.
And then they don't realize how much is involved with setting things up. There's CRMs and there's URLs and funnels and, EINs and all of the, business lingo that they don't realize I could, and then it comes into the role and they think I have to handle this all.
Mm.
No, you can hand it off.
Yeah, that's the disease of the entrepreneur or the solopreneur, stuck in operator mode, doing it all themselves. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of people jump straight to I need a VA, which is a good thing, but I mean, sometimes it's premature. When's that actually the wrong move?
When is it the wrong move?
To like say I need a VA for something. I mean, if it's they're just kind of like stuck with, because a lot of times a VA, I think people don't have their systems and stuff in place to be able to hire VAs into. I mean, is that because you were kind of like you're not a VA, you're like a VA on steroids, right? You're going to set up a world, I would imagine, for someone to bring a VA in to operate these things.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's a really good point. So if you have like no dedicated system or process for doing something, that's probably where I would be really key to step in and say, okay, let's see if we can systematize that even just a little bit so that we can hand it off to someone who can do it um, automatically for you. When my husband and I hired a VA a little over a year ago, and we realized we're like, oh, we need to actually have we need to be able to tell them, go to this, Google Drive or go to this OneDrive or go to here and use this tool. And admittedly, we didn't have that stuff in place.
Yeah.
So it took a little bit to go, oh, okay, kind of quickly, like, okay, set this up, okay, we want him to go here. We want him to save things here. We wanted to, so it took a little bit of setting up a system, but I don't want people to get afraid of the word system or process or, there's even that, SOP, right? Standard operating procedures. You don't have to be afraid of that either. It's easier than it sounds to set that up too. So, I could help, or, there's simple ways of doing it. So,
I always tell my people this, and from running companies, my experiences myself, finding someone to execute systems is a much different thing than finding one to create systems. So if
oh
you've got
yeah.
systems in place, finding someone, a VA or something somebody to execute those things, that's not as difficult as finding somebody that could kind of look at your business the way that Neo looks at the Matrix and say, let's put systems in place here. So, I mean, I guess, so you're coming in, you're kind of looking at people's systems, doing an organizational audit and saying, hey, man, I found the leak in the boat. Here's where we can change how you can do things. And by the way,
Mhm.
we've got some great tools that could do this. And you're really a big proponent of AI too, right? So,
Yeah, there's a lot of leverage opportunities there, right? It's so powerful. And I am, along with everybody else, right, learning more and more each week just how powerful it is. Even in my own world, I was having a conversation with my chat. Um, uh, my chat. I call. I have a what we call an AI thought partner. I don't know if that.
Yes. What'd you name it?
Yeah. So
I know you named it, Catherine.
yep. So my name is Catherine, and I've never liked going by Kathy. Right, that nickname for me. I'm like, no, I'm not Kathy. But my thought partner, I named Chatty Kathy.
That's mine. That's what I call my AI, Chatty Cathy. That's
Right?
so crazy. Oh man, we have the same name. That's I didn't plan that at all. But
No,
I mean, look, AI scares a lot of people. It scares some people, it overwhelms others, right? So how do you use it practically? Not shiny tools, but real relief in the world of helping people with their business.
yeah, it's it's conversational, right?
Mhm.
I know that sometimes it's like, well, what do I tell it? Well, you can tell it just about anything.
Hmm.
So I was, putting together something in the last couple days, and I just said, "Hey, I want to create this. Help me."
Mhm.
Here's one really key tip. I suggest when you go into chat, tell it what you would like, and then say, "Ask me one question at a time until you have enough information in order to, you know, give me a." In this particular instance, it was an offer that I was trying to put together. And I said, ask me one question at a time to build this offer. And it was beautiful. I was, rather than like what I used to do, really just a couple weeks ago. So I'm learning quickly too.
That's right.
I would say, ask me questions, whatever. But it wasn't specific. If you tell it to ask you one question at a time,
Hmm.
it will do that in a way that's sequential, that helps you actually get clarity in your own mind of what you're trying to put together. Like I said, for me, it was an offer. I'm also, anyway, but yeah, so that one question at a time.
Yeah, that's super smart. People. There's a lot of buzz around like, oh, AI is going to replace this and replace that. I
Mhm.
no longer need a marketing person, or I no longer need a VA or an admin for a lot of these things. And it's my contention that AI is not replacing the people, but the people that use AI are operating faster, more efficient, and replacing the people that don't use it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I know even with me, I'm real good with the stuff, but um, I'm not building a website or anything myself, but I'm getting all my brand kit and everything together. I'm using AI for that until I don't need a marketing person to sit with and go through all that stuff and figuring out my brand, my niches, all that kind of stuff. So, how do you feel about that? About, what people thinking AI is going to replace VAs or admins?
I've heard the same thing as well, and if you think back to when the internet started, for those that are old enough, I will admit that I'm old enough to remember before the internet. But at that time, right, there was around the 90s ish, right? It was 90s, early 2000s. And it was like, oh, the bigger internet gets, the internet's going to replace our jobs. No, no, it hasn't done that.
Just different,
But
right? Yeah.
people who know how to use the internet, right,
Yeah.
it are the ones that are excelling. And it's the same with AI.
Yeah.
So, like, just like you said, Chris, it's like AI is not necessarily going to replace people, but people who know how to use AI, how to leverage it, how to maximize it.
Yes.
Those are the ones that, replace.
Yeah.
Those are
That's
the ones that are
exactly.
going to excel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think it's a question now. I mean, even now I work a lot with business owners on their hiring process. And okay, like when they're ready to hire people, I have a program called Talent Path. And I'm revamping that. So to make sure that number one, they lean on, we're incorporating AI tools in the recruiting and hiring process, but also in the questioning phase, asking your
Mm-hmm.
hires how well do you use AI? Tell me about some of the AI tools that you've used to help business owners. But
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, you have a unique ability, this unique ability to bridge structured conventional systems with more intuitive or alternative approaches. How does that show up in the way you build operations?
Yeah. So when somebody comes to me and is like, I have, all of these different, this happened to me recently. This, sweet young lady came to me and she's like, I have all of these different processes. I want to do a podcast and I want to do this piece and I want to do this piece. And I had, how about having a conversation to gather all of those pieces. And then what I do, don't tell anybody, is that I take that information and I actually ask AI to help me to, assess this
Mhm.
and let it give me some suggestions on how to organize, even for this other person, right? So it's really a combination of me, the human touch, right? Of being able to say, oh, tell me about it. I'm listening, that human touch. And
Mhm.
I'm, taking notes, or I'm, letting AI take notes. And then, oh, sorry. And then having AI, my thought partner, my business AI partner, do some assessment, create some clarity, some streamlined ideas that I can then go back to this person and say, hey, look at this. Here's how we can streamline. Here's how we can maximize and optimize these different pieces and get it into a clear structure.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking about this little old lady. I love that. So what's a client transformation that really sticks with you? The moment you saw the stress leave their body, like, where it's like, I mean, you've kind of alluded to it so much where, people like, I can get that off my plate. Wow, you can do that. That's it. We're done. So is there a client transformation specifically that sticks with you?
Yeah, like I said, I was talking actually this person that I was just referring to. She was, we were having a conversation, and towards the end of it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so much easier." Like she was nervous coming into the conversation with me. She was like, "Oh, I what is she going to ask me? What are we going to, are we going to be able to figure this out?" And she left going, "Oh my gosh, this is actually doable. This is, an option for me. I can see the light at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel. That there is, there's hope. It's possible to find some relief from the overwhelm and the stress and the confusion.
That's right.
Yeah, to be able to be excited about the future."
All things are possible. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I like that. So
Yeah.
if someone watches this and they're a business owner, these entrepreneurs that you're describing, and they feel underwater right now,
Mm.
what's one system that you would recommend that they stabilize first?
I'd probably stabilize, if you don't have a powerful CRM, right? Customer relations management
Yep.
tool,
Mhm.
right? That's probably where I would start. Um, I know that Chris and I use the same tool. Yep. So it's Go High Level based,
Yep.
which is super powerful, and it can do so many things for you.
And then so many people sign up for it and they're overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. So that's where somebody like yourself could come into place and really customize it to the business that they're in, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And so a powerful CRM should be able to, host your websites. It should be able to automate emails that are going out. It should be able to automate your calendar setup, your calendar reminders, all of these things and way more. It should be able to do that. And if it doesn't, contact Chris,
Uh,
myself. Yeah.
you do that. So you help people get onto a CRM and then kind of creating all the systems around it, and the checklists and what to do when I get a new client, when a new internet lead comes in, or a new phone call comes in, or a new
Mhm.
referral. How's that all work? and that pipeline. I mean, yeah, it's a powerful thing. So that's, I have so many people. I work with people. Hey, how do you manage your business? Well, I've been keeping everything on this spreadsheet. Great start. I love that you have a system, right?
Spreadsheet. Yes, I know. I've heard that too.
I've got my appointment book. My appointment book never. Somebody literally held up an appointment book the other day with a spiral, and it was wrapped with a rubber band with like mail stuff in it. And I just got off the road traveling, right? So it's like, hey, what do you use as your calendar? And somebody in Atlantic City raised it, and they tapped it with a pen.
And they were proud of it, weren't they?
Yeah, and look, I get it. And some people like, hey, the best system I have a visual calendar in my office and I could see everything and boom. And I'm like, this is all great. Once you start sharing your calendar with people and giving people access to that, it's actually liberating people don't realize this, to be scheduled and to give people access to your calendar is actually freeing and liberating. Right here, I'm talking with you. It's blocked on my calendar. People cannot schedule an appointment with me. If my phone rings, they automatically get a text that says, hey, this wasn't on my calendar. Click this link to get on my calendar so I can give you the time you deserve. They could schedule 15 minutes, but it's synced with my calendar. My staff synced with my calendar. They can always receive a call, look at it, get in there. And it's, look, I mean, I had my staff, and this is things that AI can't do yet, right? They probably can, but I haven't gotten there where, hey, Chris, you got a busy day. I noticed you didn't have a lunch on your schedule. If we don't book you a lunch, you're not going to eat today. So I'm going to block this time for you. And I'd be like, oh, thank you so much, Sherry. And like, thanks for doing that for me. So these things are actually like liberating. I mean, what does it actually look like when systems start working for you instead of against you?
Yeah, so my husband actually went through this as well. He's the host of a TV show, and it's an interview style show, kind of like this, right? And he has guests coming on, and he was trying to, when we first started, he was that entrepreneur that was doing it all. He was doing the graphics, and he was doing, sending the emails and the follow-up, and like I said, we hired our VA and handed that all off, and it was like, whew, I can actually just focus on having the conversations with the potential guests. Do his favorite part, right, is having those conversations. And so he was like, I love it. It was like a burden lifted off of him. He felt lighter. He felt more capable. He could focus on the money-making tasks.
Sure. And the stuff you
right?
enjoy too. Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff you enjoy and the stuff that is is where you want to make money, right? That's why we're all in business, right? Is making
Sure.
money. So let's get those other things off your plate so that you can focus on, the tasks that generate the income for you.
I love that. I mean, this is the stuff no one puts on Instagram, right? But it's the difference between building a business that looks successful and one that actually feels sustainable. Because I think we all get into business because, oh, I love doing this thing. Wow, I can make money from doing it. And then there's all these other things that come along with running a business that take the wind out of our sails. So Catherine, what you're proposing is give you a call, reach out to you, and you'll help people get the wind back in their sails. You'll help them regain that momentum by taking off all these things that are necessary evils that need to get done, putting systems, tools, and people in place, and so that they can just do what they love to do, like how Jeff just loves to interview people and do all this stuff on the show, right?
Right, exactly. Yes, absolutely. I would love to be the answer to that.
I love that. You're easy to get in touch with. So we'll as we drip out these smaller videos, we'll I'll tag you in on Facebook, Instagram. You're also on LinkedIn, right?
Yes. Yep. I'm on LinkedIn.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be a great place to reach out.
Yep. So you can get connected with Catherine anywhere. And thanks for popping on today. I mean, this is a lot of fun. It's always that leveraging question. Whenever you're doing something like Jeff, that you're not doing stuff you love, and you're like, if the question is, what system, tool, or person do I not have in my world that if I did have them in my world, I wouldn't be doing this thing right now? Consider calling Catherine, contacting Catherine, and hitting the easy button, and she'll fill in all those gaps.
Yep. We can even have a conversation if you're not sure which it is, right? I don't know if it's my system or my tools or my
Yeah,
people.
you got to go in there and take it. Yeah, and sometimes, quite often, and as an entrepreneur, I know like sometimes we're too close to the project to be able to really zoom out and see what it actually is. So we've got to get somebody in there to look at it through a different lens and say, no,
Mhm.
no, no, this isn't your issue. Let's start here. The hardest thing for me as a business consultant, and so I don't like a lot of consulting gigs because it's just I get called by these people, founders and leaders, and they're like, "Oh no, no, but that's not the way we do things." I'm like, I understand it's not the way you do things.
How's that working for you?
Did you, did you call me in here because you want to stay the same? It's just, oh no, well that's not how we've done things in the past. I'm like, well, you don't need me then. It's just if you want to keep doing it, listen, if you want to pay me to keep telling you to do the same thing and pat you on the back, I'm not that guy. I mean, I will tell you what's going great, but we got to figure out what's going wrong. And it's usually I deal with the leadership in people's companies, and quite often it's the person that called you. It's the person that hired you that needs to go. But hey, I figured out the problem, man. You need to fire yourself as a CEO, but fire yourself up, make yourself a board of director, and and you need this person to do that stuff. But
Right.
anyway, if you want to come hang out with me and Catherine live, are you going to Orlando?
I am. Yes.
So I will see you in Orlando at the end of like the last day in February into the first that first weekend at the end of February, March here.
Yep.
Catherine and I will be in Orlando for Maverick Success Live, and I do have a couple of free tickets. I'd be happy to give you. I mean, I think I'm not sure if Catherine used all of hers, but you could reach out to us and maybe come hang out with us live in Orlando. It'll be a good time.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. I've got some free tickets as well. So
yeah, baby. So is there anything I'm not asking you that I should have?
This has been great. I appreciate the opportunity to share, and you've asked some questions that I haven't thought of, so it's good.
That's I know it's a gift and a curse at the same time. But thanks for popping on today. It meant a lot, and there's going to be somebody out there that this really resonates with. And but just remember, leverage. It's not about doing less, folks. It's about building the system so less depends on you. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you out there in the virtual world. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you.
Bye.